dear Bagginses and Boffins.
Just start.
Oh yeah,
Start.
that's right. Yeah, all right, and I'll do the intro and
Yeah.
action. Welcome back, everyone. We are doing once again Lord of the Rings memes. We are continuing our 10 funniest Hobbit memes. We're starting at number 5, and we're gonna get to number 1. So take us away.
YOLO Swaggins. You know what they call a gangster hobbit? YOLO Swaggins.
What? I don't get it. I'm not a boomer, but I don't get it. What do you mean YOLO? How
You
is that?
only live once.
But how is that
Swaggins.
gangster?
Gangsters only live once.
Do gangsters yell YOLO when they're doing gangster stuff? No, that's what video game nerds yell. I can say that I am one, so I'm allowed to say that.
Begging Swag.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, they do have some funny little write up here about how he's the OG ring bearer. And he managed to outsmart Gollum's riddle. We still got to do a Gollum's riddle episode because that's annoying. But
He cheated. What's in my pocket's not a riddle.
no, it's not even close. But we'll do it. We'll do an entire series rewriting Lord of the Rings to make sense. He does not say "fly, you fools," because that makes everyone think he should take the eagles. All right. All right. We're gonna go to number 4. Second breakfast pockets, and he's got a box of hot pockets, and it says "Second breakfast hot pockets, made especially for hobbits, so they can have a hot pocket for breakfast, a hot pocket for second breakfast, and a hot pocket for 11sies, and be dead by luncheon." What? That took a turn.
It comes in like a 3-pack.
Yeah, I like it up. I like the 3-pack up until the dead by luncheon. That just takes a turn. What? Let's see if they explain. No, they just talk about how they're. I guess they're like heading to Mount Doom, so they're gonna die. What the heck?
I took it as maybe hot pockets are so bad for you that you die.
This episode brought to you by Hot Pockets. I tell you, if they actually had these as a commercial, I would actually probably buy them.
It would be enough to make me buy it.
Yeah.
Yep. I'm a sucker for marketing. Yeah.
Yeah. All right, number 3.
Breaking up the Fellowship has an entire team of highly trained warriors to help his journey. Ditches them for Sam and a deformed hobbit.
Oh, geez. Okay. Where to start with this one?
Yeah.
Okay. So
Did you see the movie?
you can always tell someone has not understood the movie when they make memes like this. And you go, do you understand that just before that, Boromir, maybe their best warrior? Okay, obviously it's going to be hate. Aragorn may be better. I don't know. But it doesn't matter. Boromir is a very skilled warrior. And he attempted to take the ring.
Yeah.
Frodo rightfully understands that everyone in the party is potentially feeling the effects of the ring, even though we don't really get that sense from Legolas and Gimli and Aragorn or the other hobbits. Frodo doesn't know that. Like, we see these characters the way sometimes we're in their own mind and we kind of get a feel for what they're thinking, but Frodo doesn't. And so he is under the impression that he's in danger here from his own group. So that's the first reason he's leaving. He didn't even want Sam to join him. Sam forced himself onto it. And good thing, too, because Sam was actually one of the best of them all, it turned out. So the fact that he ditches a team of highly trained warriors who he thinks are trying to steal a ring from him. So there's that caveat. For Sam forces himself into this group, and Sam ends up being one of the best and a deformed hobbit. When he left the group, he was not like, let's go meet up with Gollum. Gollum stalked them all the way back from basically when they left Rivendell.
Yep.
He's been following them the entire time. And so, no, Frodo's not like, I want to go join up with Gollum and Sam. I mean, like, this is just brutal. Okay. Listen to the write-up. Viewers no doubt scratched their heads at the conclusion of the Fellowship of the Ring when Frodo tries to make off in a boat alone. I mean,
Leaving.
what? Yes, it is a silly decision. I agree, because he has no way of getting to Mordor alone. That's one of his lines earlier in.
I do not know the way.
Yeah, I get it. He's not thinking clearly. He was just attacked by Boromir. Like, and I love Boromir. You all know I love Boromir, but this, I can see why Frodo is acting a bit rash here. This meme doesn't work at all for me. It's clearly that they don't understand the underlying themes and motives of these characters. To me, I was not scratching my head at the conclusion.
No.
I
No,
don't-
I cried.
Yeah, me too. I'm sad. I mean, like, there's a scene in which Aragorn shows him that he is not being overcome by the ring, but yet he also realizes that there is no way to prove that to Frodo, and there's no way to prove it to himself that it won't eventually consume him. So he tells Frodo, "I would have gone with you to the very gates." Like, he understands why Frodo's leaving, because Frodo, he knows Frodo can't trust him, because he is quote unquote human for the movie's viewers' sake, and he's at least the heir of Isildur, who was completely corrupted by it. So
Right.
he has a history. He knows his history. He's actually worried about that himself. And so, okay, we're getting really caught up in this one bad meme, but I feel like we need to. Anyway, do you want to yell about this meme some more? Should we just move on?
Next. Yeah.
All right. I ain't been dropping no eaves, sir. Okay. He grieves, he heaves, but most importantly, he drop no eve. Okay, this one's kind of fun.
Yeah, doesn't explain here. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you don't really need to explain this one. We're basically showing like all the good qualities of him, and then it's kind of funny because he dropped no Eve. He definitely did drop an Eve. Like, he was definitely listening, because okay. Quick backstory: Sam really likes the stories. Okay, he really likes Bilbo's stories and Gandalf's stories about the outer world. Sam is really intrigued with the elves. We see it a bit in the movies, where he's like, "Oh, did you hear that, Mr. Frodo? We're going to see the elves." Like, he's really excited about that. He's really excited in the books too. So when he hears Gandalf talking to Frodo about, this is the Dark Lord's ring, and it's made in the fiery pits of Mordor, and it's got some writing on it that I will not utter here. Like, that intrigues him. So yeah, he definitely dropped some eaves. He definitely was eavesdropping there. But we also see the good side of him, that he is really emotionally connected to Frodo. In fact, he does one of the best scenes for me. I know people have problems with it. Maybe we'll talk about it someday, where he picks Frodo up instead of just taking the ring himself. Because people are pointing out, like, hey, wait, could you just like do this the whole time? Could you just like put it on something so that it doesn't affect you? We're not going to get into that. It does affect him here. It affected him even when he took it off of, spoiler alert, Frodo is presumed dead by Sam. So Sam takes the ring off of what he thinks is a dead body, and then does give it back to him. But he does still feel it. It's clear in the books, and I think it's clear in the movie as well. So we get some really good shots of Sam. He did eavesdrop, but good thing, because we needed him. As Frodo says, he wouldn't have made it far without Sam. And Frodo is also correct in saying that hundreds and thousands of years later, people would be asking, "What about Samwise the Brave? I want to be hearing more about Sam."
Yeah.
Because I agree. Me too. Okay. And then take us away with number one.
How are hobbits made? Is that a hobbit over there? No, that's a hobo and a rabbit. but they're making a Hobbit.
Well, that's been it for the no.
No, it does explain it. So J.R.R. Tolkien was such an extensive world builder that when he started writing The Hobbit in the late 1920s, he created the word Hobbit from Holy Bitla, which meant hole builder in his own fictional etymology. He created the word by combining the Old English word for hole or hollow, hall with bitlin, the verb to build. Comparison to rabbit he denied, despite their lifestyle mimicking hobbits with their homes made in hillsides, but Bilbo gets compared to one several times throughout the book.
Yeah. Actually, yeah, it's actually kind of a good meme when you break it down like that. But it's just the way that they've described it makes it come out of nowhere until you kind of break down this little bit. So
Well,
yeah,
hobo actually makes no sense. It'd be a hole and a rabbit.
yeah, you're right. Like I think the hobo that like they're going for like, I think the joke is they're going for like the lifestyle of a hobbit,
Like
looking.
traveling, like Bilbo was traveling from.
You're right. See, I wasn't even thinking about it from that perspective because it doesn't really make sense. Bilbo travels, yes, but that is unusual for hobbits.
Yeah,
So the way I was
exactly.
thinking of it is they I think the meme maker was going for like the lifestyle of a hobbit, of a normal hobbit, just like kind of almost being a farmer. I mean, I have no idea what this person was really thinking, but it seems like they're thinking that that lifestyle is similar to a hobo somehow. Or maybe they're going for a wordplay, similar to how Tolkien did wordplay to get whole and to build. They're going for hobo and rabbit to get hobbit. Maybe that's all it is. Is it just a word joining? But either way, it's a nice little tidbit of information down here and a very strange meme. I mean, Futurama memes always are strange, except for "Take My Money." That one's pretty obvious, but the rest of them, there's some complexity to them usually.
I regret to announce this is the end. I bid you all a very fond farewell.